Hey everyone! In this series, we're going to cover Solo Leveling Season 3 from Episode 1 all the way through Episode 10 with a complete breakdown of everything that happens. I'll also be uploading more episodes in the future, so make sure you stay subscribed to the channel. Whether you've been eagerly waiting for Season 3 or you watched the previous episodes and need a quick refresher, this video is for you. I have one small request. Please watch the video until the very end. And before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. Creating long, high-quality videos like this takes a lot of time and effort, and your support motivates us to keep making more content. Now, without further ado, let's get started. But before that, let's do a quick recap of the final episode of Season 2, which is Episode 13. In the final episode of Season 2 of Solo Leveling, we saw Jinwoo healing Che-in by extracting Byungwoo's shadow and then canceling the extraction afterward. Leaving Jinwoo behind, the rest of the hunters depart by helicopter, while Jinwoo kills the remaining ants, extracts the Ant King's shadow, and names him Beru. Together, they wipe out all the ants on the island, and 2 days later, the raid concludes, and a funeral is held for those who died. Jinwoo attends and meets the chairman, who grants him permission to form a new guild. After this, the Frost Monarch and Beast Monarch appear on Jeju Island looking for someone, but they leave after failing to find them, and we also see Jinwoo's father there. Meanwhile, Jinwoo gets trapped inside a red gate, but his army easily defeats all the monsters, leading right into the next episode. Season 3, Episode 1 begins with a hunter inside a dungeon when a monster suddenly appears before him, who is none other than the Frost Monarch who we saw at the end of Season 2. He came here looking for a fragment of light, but finds nothing, and just then another monarch arrives, looking quite strange and creepy. The two talk about a place in the east where the Shadow Monarch is located, basically referring to Jinwoo, and the second monarch says that the greatest fragment of light is also in that same country. Suddenly, the Frost Monarch senses a powerful presence, and we see another hunter approaching, leaving us to guess who this might be. The Frost Monarch realizes it was a trick to lure them here, and the hunter steps up and asks if they are by any chance talking about Korea. The Frost Monarch replies that it shouldn't matter to him even if they are, while the other monarch opens a portal and tells the Frost Monarch that they don't have time for this. The Frost Monarch agrees, saying they can try to stop them if they can, and they begin to leave. The hunter declares he won't let them leave that easily and attacks, but the Frost Monarch blocks it by creating an ice wall, revealing that this hunter is none other than Jinwoo's father. The scene shifts to the red gate that Jinwoo had entered, where he faces the dungeon boss, who is furious and claims that Jinwoo has fought well and stayed alive, but now is completely surrounded because his army is already hiding all around the forest. He calls out to his army, but no one shows up for a long time. Jinwoo smiles and commands his shadow army to emerge, showing that Jinwoo's shadow soldiers have already slaughtered all the hidden monsters and are coming out carrying their dead bodies. Enraged, the boss orders his remaining forces to attack, but Jinwoo sends in his shadow soldiers to easily wipe them out. Now only the boss remains, and infatuated with rage, he charges at Jinwoo, but Tusk uses gravitational magic to slam him into the ground. Jinwoo walks up to the boss and tells him if he answers the questions correctly, maybe it will hurt less, but the boss dies before he can say anything, making Jinwoo realize that the system is interfering once again. Just then, he remembers that after clearing the demon castle, he obtained a key that could only be used once he reached level 100. Since his level reached 100 after the Jeju Island raid, he pulls the key out of his inventory and its information appears before him, revealing that this key belongs to the Double Dungeon Temple, which is the very same double dungeon where Jinwoo first received his powers. This is a huge deal for Jinwoo because he knows nothing about the system that made him so strong, and whenever he tried to find out, the system blocked him, but now the system itself is calling him. He thinks that at least he will finally get to know about the system, but then he notices a 417-hour timer on the key, meaning he cannot use it just yet, so he concludes that since he has waited this long, he can wait a bit more. The scene shifts to show Jinho, who is furious because Jin Woo's detractors are spreading hate online and he's busy replying to all of them. Jin Woo arrives and hands Jinho a bag full of essence stones, saying that since he mentioned they would need a lot of money for the new guild, this should be enough. Jinho replies in shock that this is a lot and asks if he cleared a high-rank guild, noting that now they won't even have to worry about the salaries of new employees. Jinho adds that he totally forgot about employees and that they'll need to find a new employee for their guild. Jin Woo agrees but asks if he has thought of a name for their guild yet, and as the two discuss names, Jinho suggests the name Solo Play Guild. Jin Woo absolutely dislikes the name but doesn't say anything out loud, thinking to himself if this is a joke and who on earth names their guild that. Just then, the doorbell rings and Jin Woo opens the door to find Hunter Che-in standing there, leaving him shocked. He asks why she is here, and Che replies that she wants to join his guild. Jin Woo asks if the chairman sent her or if Jong-in kicked her out of his guild, but Che answers that it is nothing like that. Jin Woo asks why she wants to join their Solo Play Guild, and hearing this, Che is shocked and asks if he really named his guild Solo Play. Jin Woo replies that our vice guildmaster and I decided on it together, but Jinho chimes in to ask when he decided and what happened to the name he suggested. Jin Woo deflects, saying that since Jinho said nothing, he assumed he agreed. Jin Woo then notices that Che's heart is beating very fast, though she's acting normal, making him suspect she's hiding something. He states that she is still under contract with her old guild and asks how she can join theirs. Che replies that she will pay whatever penalty amount is required to break the contract. Jin Woo grows even more suspicious, wondering why she is ready to pay such a massive penalty just to join his guild, and tells her that they don't have the money to pay the salary of an S-rank hunter like her. Che says she doesn't even want a salary, and when Jin Woo asks why she wants to join their guild, Che begins to blush. The truth was that she had fallen in love with Jin Woo but couldn't bring herself to confess, so she just wanted to be near him, and unable to speak, she just keeps blushing. Jin Woo says she can join, but she will have to pass an entrance test first by defeating the strongest shadow soldier of his choice, and Che says she's ready. They plan to head to the Hunters Association's gym for the entrance test, but since the gym is quite far, Jin Woo wonders if he should use his shadow exchange skill to find out whether he can teleport someone else along with him. He calls Che a bit closer and uses the skill, which works perfectly as they both teleport to the gym instantly, leaving Che astonished. Jin Woo says we should begin, but Che realizes she left her weapon at the office, so she fetches a sword from the gym's storage room and says she's ready now. Jin Woo summons Igris and says he's the best swordsman in his shadow army, and when Che asks how the winner will be decided, Jin Woo replies it will be either when she destroys my shadow soldier or when she surrenders on her own. Jin Woo reflects on how he told Che he would use his strongest shadow soldier, but bringing Beru out in front of her wouldn't be a good idea, as Beru was the reason Che had been so severely injured on Jeju Island, meaning Igris was the best choice. Their fight begins and their swords clash, triggering a loud explosion. We see that the chairman is also in the building and hears the noise, wondering who could be using the gym since no hunter had reserved it for today. Checking the gym's security cameras, he sees Jin Woo and Che, and he recalls that as soon as Che regained her consciousness after the Jeju Island raid, the first thing she asked about was Jin Woo, so the chairman suspects something romantic is going on between them, so he orders the gym's cameras to be turned off, not wanting to record their private moment. Just then, the building begins to shake, and a painting behind him falls from the impact of the fight, but the chairman completely misunderstands the situation, so you guys can just tell me in the comments what you think the chairman is assuming. On the other side, we see that Che easily defeats Igris, leaving Jin Woo in complete shock. Che asks if this Black Knight was his strongest soldier and tells him to summon his strongest soldier since he promised to use him, referring to Beru. However, Jin Woo warns her she might get hurt, but Che fires back that nothing like that will happen and she wants to fight him again. Jin Woo finally summons Beru and gives him a strict order to defeat Che without harming her, and Beru replies that he will do as his king commands. He lets out a powerful roar that shatters all the glass windows in the
gym, making Che wonder if Jin-Woo really fought against this monster. Beru extends his claws and is about to attack, but Jin-Woo warns him to put those away because if Che gets slightly hurt, he won't let him off. Beru immediately retracts his claws, and as Che prepares to attack, Beru suddenly appears behind her. Che recalls that he did the exact same thing on Jeju Island and says she won't fall for the same trick twice, immediately striking with her sword, but Beru stops the attack using just 2 fingers. Beru thinks to himself that since his king ordered him to defeat the opponent without hurting her, the best way would be to show overwhelming strength so that she loses her will to fight. Che attacks repeatedly with incredible speed, but Beru easily dodges every single strike without even moving from his spot, dodging purely through his body movements. He then roars loudly right in Che's face, and the sheer pressure blows her away, prompting Jin-Woo to ask if she's satisfied since the winner has already been decided. Che refuses to back down and says she wants to fight more, and